What's up, guys? Welcome back to Dirt Bike Dad's Garage. Today is the day we finally live up to our name, working on a dirt bike. We're going to take a break from the Chinese ATV. No parts here yet. We're still waiting on possibly a new sprocket and a new CDI. Hopefully we can get rid of that rev limiter, speed that baby up. But today, live up to our name, we're working on this guy. A 2002 XR80. I picked this up from a guy I know. I traded my scrap at his yard, or to his yard, for this guy. And not sure yet, but I think he might have won the deal. But looks can be deceiving. And today we'll go over the three things, since there's no battery on this, three things we need to see if this thing was worth it at all. Or at least the motor was worth it. That's spark, compression, and fuel. So let's get started. Alright, before we get started, let's do a quick walk around. This thing's in pretty rough shape. My wife and kids gave me a funny look when I came home with this guy. But back tires rotted, back brakes seized, no carburetor, tank's loose, all the plastics are on the side. There's a crankcase cover on the side. I took that off to see what we were dealing with. Looks like there's a clutch cable not connected at the top or the bottom. Got another bad front tire. That brake's seized up. There's the handle. Handlebars are bent completely forward. And we'll keep going around the other side. Seat's shot. Airbox cover is missing. There's the flywheel. That looks pretty rough. No sprocket, but I have a 15 tooth that should fit it that we tried to put on the ATV. Chain's pretty bad, but have no fear, we'll give it a try. Let's get started. Alright, like I said, first thing we're going to check is spark. Right now our plug cable's off. Look down in there, looks pretty good. Take the plug out. Oh, that wasn't in there all the way. That's not too bad. A little oil covered, a little dark. And we'll try it anyway. So, what we're going to do, same thing on the ATV, we're going to throw it in the cable, and we're going to watch for a spark. See if I can zoom in, we can see that one today. I haven't tried this yet, so you can be the first to try it with me. Alright, I'm going to turn it over. See a tiny, you probably can't even see that. Super tiny spark. So that's super weak. I mean, we saw the flywheel, that's covered in rust. But a little bit, and while I'm here, I could feel a good amount of air pressure coming out of the spark plug hole. So same thing. Finger over the top, give it a kick. Oh, that actually sounds pretty good. Well, that's decent compression. Alright. So let's move on to number 3. We have pretty bad spark. We got decent compression, but problem number 3 we're in on this one. We definitely have no fuel because we have no carburetor. Fortunately for us, this thing runs the same carburetor as most of your Chinese ATVs, PZ20 or P20Z, whatever it is, and I actually have one spare. So we'll go ahead and slap that on, and we'll put some fuel in it and give it a try. Alright, I got the carb on. I put an extra nut in there, see if you can see that. Not really. Yeah, there it is. Second nut. This bolt was a little too long. It was bumping into that idle housing. So I put another nut on there. Act as a little spacer. So we'll get that tightened up. And we're going to try and give her a spin. Then it won't go crazy in case it doesn't work at all. So alright, plug everything back up, carburetor, throttle body in, and spark plug in. And we're probably going to run into a problem because there's no clutch cable. So we might have to pin that closed to get it started, but we'll see what we can do. Alright, we got spark plug hooked up, fuel hooked up, everything hooked up. Instead of kicking all day, we're going to use the same cheat method we use on the ATV, and we're going to hook a drill over to the flywheel nut. See if we can get it going faster that way. So we'll go to the other side, get the drill out, get a socket out, see what we can do. Over there. Alright, we're good. Got it. 17 millimeter. We're going to try the battery drill, see if that works. Last time we used a corded. So this one was closer and easier to get. So, hook it up, see what we got. Decent. A little gas. Hear it. Imagine, oh, there we go. Let's turn the fuel on. Alright, this is the opposite of the ATV. If you watched the first video, you know the tail was where you go. This one actually has an arrow pointing. Let's turn the fuel on and we'll pull the choke up. We'll try it again. Keys in the on position. Here a little bit. Alright, I'm going to get a clamp, trying to hold that choke, or the clutch into position. I can't find neutral on here either, so we might have some big issues. Alright, I got a small clamp over on the other side holding the clutch in. So we don't have a cable or a, I don't know, clutch handle, lever. So we got everything tried, we'll try it again. I don't think we're getting enough power. With the drill. So, let's switch over to electric drill. Try that. Alright, we got that, we'll hook it up. Just rewired the whole garage, thinking it was awesome. It still took me 5 minutes to find the right plug and an extension cord. Maybe I'll hang some from the ceiling. Speaking of, got new lights in there. It makes a whole lot of difference when you can see in the garage. So let's get this bit in here. And same thing, counterclockwise, run it to the left. And let's see what we got. A lot faster. And we'll turn the key the other way, make sure it's on. See a lot of fuel flowing out the back of the carburetor there. Close that choke. Oh! Hit the on! Oh! Oh, I thought we had it. So key towards us is on. Turn the choke off. A little gas. We had something. Back. Nailed it. It worked. Too much gas and we'll run it off our custom stand here, so we'll get it recentered. And we'll hook a lot of stuff back up, see what we can do with it. Let's go. Alright, I'm actually super pumped about that, so I want to turn it on, give it a few revs. See how it sounds. I'm super excited. But just looking at the rest of it, we might have a lot of work to do. I keep looking at the bike more and more and finding more and more that we're probably going to have to do to it. So, let's just play with the engine because we know that works. And I want to see how well it works. So, key towards us. Also, The kill switch on the handle doesn't work, so we'll have to use the key. Those are just details. I wonder if the kick start works. I didn't try it yet. I'll hit the kill switch. Comes it back. Let's rev it up. Super pumped. Sounds a little rough. We can tune it up a little bit, but engine sounds pretty good for sitting around. Scrapyard score. Alright, it's about 2 hours. Finally got it tore apart. Biggest problem was getting the back tire off and the front tire. So, let's check out the body. Not in the greatest shape, but I've seen way worse. Got a lot of surface rust. See if we can brush that off. Wiring harness is real dirty, but it looks like it's completely intact. The only problem still so far is that kill switch. So we'll see if we can figure that out. Come back to the back. The left side of this fender holder piece of the frame, that's bent. So we'll get that straightened out. Come over to this side. Not too bad, I saw that before. Still handlebars are still down forward. Then we go look at the seat. That's in pretty rough shape. We got the fenders. Then we go back to all the parts. Gas tank's in good shape. Back tire, that one's dry rotted. We're gonna have to get that off, get a new one on. The back brake assembly, actually in pretty good shape. Everything runs pretty smoothly once you get it all cleaned up. I put the chain in some chain lube. That's probably just going to need to be replaced, but we'll check that again. Clutch cable, that was actually ripped up at the lever end. Then you got the brake cable, front brake. That one was ripped up down at the brake, so that came off. And you got the front brake. We'll just go ahead and took that off. Probably going to just get new levers. Definitely get new cables. Gonna leave the throttle cable. That one runs pretty good. And the throttle. Sounds like there's a little dirt in there, but that should be alright. And then same thing up here. Front brake assembly. Same thing. That one runs pretty free. Works pretty well. So, got that all taken apart. Looks like we're gonna get 2 new tires, front and rear. Tubes. A couple levers for the front. Then we're going to get a brake cable, clutch cable, and then we're going to throw her back together. Alright, there it is after the power wash. That brushed pipe looks awesome. I'm probably going to keep that silver. I think it looks super cool. Maybe we'll put the cover back on it, keep it black. But the plastics, they turned out real good. They used to be white and crunchy. Now they're red. Pretty smooth. So we'll get a hose on them. Get the rest of the light mud from the splashback on them. Man, these look good. Alright, we got it back on the stand and man, looks awesome. Really love this brushed looking pipe. I brushed the cover too. That looks really cool. Probably go ahead and finally drain the oil out. Dump it out of here. And we'll probably brush this clean because that's a little flaky. Get that cleaned up. Man, did the plastics. And there's a little bit of sun damage on them yet, but man, night and day difference. Look at the side plastics. Oh man. Looks so much different. Rear fender. Too bad the power washer couldn't fix the seat. But here we are there. Alright, so we got that cleaned up. We're gonna let it sit. We got a bunch of parts coming for it. Stay tuned for the future. We'll get all this stuff back on. Hopefully we get out riding this guy. See you next time.